Drew, I got to ask you about something that's going on in this Fantasy Sports Trade Association. Is that we used to have a problem with Twitter that everybody was an expert and everybody was out there. More and more I see every day a new golf expert. Like, is that the latest thing that everybody's a daily fantasy golf expert?
Well, obviously, daily fantasy golf has blossomed significantly. $2 million prizes already at DraftKings this year, and it's a huge thing. It's a huge market that people are interested in. So I think there's a market that needs to be served with good information and good statistics and analysis, and so I think that's why there's more opportunities blossoming in that area. I know I'm trying to get better.
Way to dodge the question, right, Drew?
Yeah, he Drew didn't want to say.
Yeah, all right, politician.
Well, do you think it helps because it's kind of like football? It's once a week, really.
Yeah,
everything builds up.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm just not at a point where I can differentiate who's giving really good content and who's not giving as great content, because I'm still learning golf.
Right, it's new, really.
I'm still trying to figure it out myself. So I lean a lot on Pat Mayo's stuff, and that has done me pretty well so far.
Tremendous in-depth, like grass length, wind, all these accuracy numbers that he pulls off PGA.
If you watched the U.S. Open this week, I mean, it was all this talk about POA, right? And like, you have to have like a landscaping major to be talking golf these days. Well, so I think Tony's in good shape.
Oh yeah, me and my relatives, we always came over to this country and we cut some lawns, and we've been able to do well for ourselves. So, what was crazy about that course this weekend though? They didn't have a sprinkler.
Yeah, I mean, I could use some water.
I mean, I've never seen so many brown courses like that. Looks at places
they have the sprinklers on the greens. I don't know if you saw that.
I know I didn't see it, but they look brown to me.
They had actual sprinkler heads like on the green. It was weird where the sprinklers
I mean,
were
it looks
placed.
like a course I'd pay $12 to play at.
A little bit more than that.
I know, but it looked like it was in the same condition.
Hey, let's get a phone call. We got Chris from Staten Island. Chris Vaccaro? No, that's not his number. Chris from Staten Island. What's up, Chris?
Hey guys, what's going on?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Welcome to New York.
Oh, thank you very much. Actually, I think most of us are here. It's Drew's the only one who's in town.
Thank you.
Drew, welcome to New York from Chris from
Thank you,
Staten
Chris.
Island. What's happening, Chris?
All right, guys. I've been having a little success with DFS, and I actually had a big night last night.
You did?
I won about $400. I finished third in the one tournament and 11th in another.
Congratulations.
Come on. Hey, way to go, Chris.
All right, Chris.
Man.
Chris, who did you pitch last night? Who did you pitch? Because all of us at this table hit a minefield named Michael Pineda.
I had Pineda in my cash games, but believe it or not, I had Tommy Malone in my tournament.
There he is.
Todd Zola's guy.
That's right. Good old Antonio Malone.
So since Mike and Drew are there today, I've been trying to ask as many people as possible what their answer is to this question. What differentiates a cash game hitter and a GPP hitter? Like, I heard somebody say the other day on a different show that, if somebody does something to an extreme, like extreme stolen bases or extreme home run hitter, they're a GPP play. Can you guys break that down for me to keep me on the air? I appreciate it.
Yeah, Drew, go ahead, man. This is a good question because I understand the pitcher differentiation.
Yeah.
And I do know this for football, but I never really thought about which hitters.
Yeah, I don't think it's that big of a difference between the two. I think you kind of look at it the same way. I think the difference is in tournaments you want to have some correlation among your players a little bit more significantly. So you want hitters that hit close to one another in the order from the same team. So if one guy does something, it's helping the other guy. I think there's some extreme examples, guys that don't make a lot of contact at all, like an Evan Gattis maybe, that you might want to consider, especially for the higher priced guys.
Sure.
Like a George Springer and Evan Gattis. Those guys might be better in tournaments just because you're spending a high price. You want some guys who are going to put the ball in play. But in general, I don't think it's that big of a difference between the two. I usually am using similar players, similar hitters in cash games and tournaments. The difference for me is the lineup as a whole in tournaments will have more correlated players among them.
Is stacking more GPP or cash, or is it just you stack?
So in general, I would say stacking, and that's what I'm talking about when correlating players.
Right.
I would generally do that more in tournaments.
Okay.
In cash games, there's occasions where I think it makes a lot of sense, but usually I'll do more mini stacks, two, 3 guys instead of 4, 5 guys.
Chris, I hope this helps, man.
Hey, Chris, one thing. I didn't think there was any other radio show, Chris, so I don't know what you were listening to. This is the only radio show, my man.
Yeah, don't forget it. We win Marconi's here. Chris, thanks a lot for
listen.
Yo.
Are you guys Are you guys allowed to have live audience down there at the Crown Plaza?
Oh yeah,
or
we got.
is it like-
Oh yeah, we got people all the time. I've signed 42 autographs. If you come down, Mike Leone can't buy you a drink, but Nando will.
Chris,
All right, maybe I'll come by tomorrow. Thanks, guys.
all right, thanks for the call, Chris.
Thanks.
Oh, wait, whoa, we're not going to be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris, don't come down here tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hey,